We call it jinns lah, basically. So there are jinns in Islam where they take the form of you.
Oh, is someone here?
Are you playing with the light? Hello and welcome back to Open House. I'm your host, Durga. From eerie urban legends to spine-chilling encounters, today we're going to talk about urban exploration and the people who brave it. With After Midnight. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here, right? Okay, so first and foremost, we call you After Midnight. But of course, can I get each of you to introduce yourselves? Yeah.
So hello, my name is Ramadan, but most of my teammates call me Adan. And usually I'm like the host of the show. And yeah.
So I'm Zai, I'm the video man and the editor. And most of the time I'll be behind the scenes lah. Yeah.
Ah, fantastic. Now, let's start, right? So how did you guys meet? So I understand there's actually 6 of you. But 2 of you are here today. So maybe let's start with that story. How did y'all meet, and what sparked this whole, interest in the paranormal?
So basically, we are all friends. So there's 6 of us. We knew each other from secondary school. So all of us share the same passion. In a way where we love to go, urban exploring.
I think the one that sparked was like we went like cycling at one of time, and from like Tampines to East Coast Park, and we did some explorations back then, and just like started us like, hey, I think this is kind of cool, doing it with friends.
It's better than doing it alone lah.
Yeah,
So, and then all of us got our own experiences, when we're at a certain place. But then they feel differently, then we feel differently. It's like, actually this kind of stuff still pretty cool to explore.
Like, what is urban exploration like? Maybe you all can explain.
So for urban exploration, right, you go to abandoned buildings, abandoned places, and just, can be in the morning, can be at night. Either or. But if you're doing paranormal investigation, that's a totally different thing.
What is that?
Paranormal investigation is more to seeking the unknown. You're finding the supernatural. So for our case, we use equipments to help us in our investigation.
I see, to see if there's a presence there.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you say that, you have different experiences, right? So I hear that, you have a different level of like being spooked. Who gets spooked the most?
Ramadan days.
Then do you get scared when you go?
No, I get scared of little things actually. Maybe sometimes like we go to parks and maybe some branches or leaves
What was your scariest one for you?
Actually, the scariest one was way before After Midnight actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I think someone touches my shoulder when no one's behind me when I was exploring my friends. So when I looked behind, there was nobody. And I'm like, hey guys, I think we should just, pack up and go. So we just started running.
Which part of Singapore was this?
It was a Chinese cemetery. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty interesting place.
Is it Choa Chu Kang Cemetery or
no? Onrat Road. So there's this abandoned Chinese cemetery in Onrat Road, right?
Yeah, correct.
It's the one near the old police academy.
I see.
Behind it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've been there for a couple of times. Then I'm like, I want to bring these 2 other friends lah. I want to be like the macho guy. So I want to be the one behind lah. I said, you guys go ahead lah. Suddenly I kena, bro.
You felt someone touching you.
That was the part where, you know what? I gotta stop lah. All this.
Yeah, he stopped for quite some time. He didn't do all this kind of thing for many
How
months.
old were you when this happened?
No, actually quite recent. During COVID.
Actually, so about 5 years ago.
Yeah, there's nothing to do, right? So like, you know what?
Okay lah, go ahead explain. I see. Yeah. So now, what do you all actually find exciting or interesting about what you do?
Okay, so from young, I feel like this is something that interests me a lot. So when I grow up, I started to watch, investigation videos, other team. Then I was like, wow, actually got people actually do this full time. Like in USA. There's this team called Ghost Adventures. I watch them every day, every time last time. So I was like, wow, it's so interesting, this kind of thing.
And how they find out about the presence.
Also, for me, the most thrilling part is to get the evidence itself. So like, if I'm able to capture this, like let's say example, pocong or pontianak on film and show to people, then to me, that's the thrill really.
Wow. And for you?
I think for me, when I was a kid, my family and I, we listened to the radio, DJ Casey. So he always tell these stories, and that's what keeps us intrigued. Even though I'm just scared of these stories when I was small, I think that is the thrill lah. Like what Zai said.
Adrenaline.
It's the adrenaline.
Adrenaline, like when you
Yeah.
see,
Because
but then
the
you
thing
get scared.
Yeah, but the thing is that if that thing happens to be in front of you, what would you do? I don't know. Yeah, I would just maybe shit or pee in my pants. Definitely just,
Have you ever had a personal encounter, like on your own, like individually?
For myself, actually quite recent. This is very, very recent, and I'm
okay.
still technically suffering for it. I don't know what is the cause. So basically, we did a session at Changi Boardwalk.
Okay.
So there was this part where I was doing a solo investigation. Basically, I'm sitting down at the boardwalk alone. Then I felt this presence behind me. So after everything, after we finished the shoot and everything, I didn't tell you also. When I went back home, I felt like there's this constant pressure on my neck, like someone
Like holding you like that. Oh.
Until now, I'm speaking like I can still feel it.
It's a bit like that movie, what is that movie? The Thai movie, Shutter, is it? No,
Yeah,
not Shutter.
it's the one that the ghost is on top of it.
And then he's constantly got the backache,
They don't scare me. I scared is that thing, so but no lah. I think maybe muscle ache.
And yourself? Have you had any encounters? Maybe recently, before, like personal encounters that really affected you?
Okay, I was in a hotel in Cameron Highlands. It's only my room, so there's a cross. There's a cross on the room. Yeah, in the room.
Okay.
This was when I was, I think, 8 years old or 9 years old. It was a school excursion. So I'm like, why there's a cross? So it's funny. So I'm like, you know what? I just brush it off lah. So I was lying on bed. I was waiting for my turn to shower. I was with my friend. So my friend was showering, and then I saw a glimpse of like a white figure just pass through like that. So I'm like, he finished showering. So I walk up the toilet. Hey bro, you finished showering? I say, no bro, I'm still showering. I say, oh my god, who was that? Just walk through the corridor gitu.
And you clearly saw it.
I clearly saw it. It's just a white figure.
Wow.
Did you like run out or you stayed in the room?
After that, I went to the bed. I wait for my friend to shower. I tell him, okay, we need to sleep at my other friend's room. And my other friend was like, hey, why are you doing this? There's nothing here. I said, no shit, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah.
So
You're
after we
very
slept-
brave, I must say, 8-year-old. If it were me, I would have run out. No, do you think maybe you have a special ability, like for example, to be able to see certain things or feel certain things? Because not everyone is able to sense that. So maybe you all can share a little bit.
Okay, in the group, I'm the most not scared because I'm always there. I'm the cameraman. I'm always there, so I'm always filming. So to me, all this is very
Normal.
Very normal. Because like I got here before people crying. To me, it's normal. But to Rawan is extreme already, extreme level already. Yeah.
Right.
So in terms of your question, I believe that you're not meant to see these kind of things in the first
Right.
place. But it's like whether this thing want to show the present to you. Yeah, I don't believe that you can see lah.
Not
Yeah.
everyone can
Not
see.
everyone you can see unless you have like third eye.
And as handling the camera, right?
Yeah.
Do you see things before they see it?
Post-production. When I'm editing. That is
okay.
more scary. Because I'm always editing alone.
Oh.
So plus I need to hear the stuff
Yeah.
going on. There was one time we heard this old grandmother voice speaking through the camera.
Oh, okay,
but
I
we
know,
didn't hear anything.
When you were there.
Only in the camera. And it was saying something like
The old auntie say to you, hey, take out your mask or something like that.
yeah,
show
take
your
out the
face.
mask.
Yeah,
Yes.
show your face.
Something like that,
Oh
like
my
show me your
God.
face.
And he
in
was the
Malay.
only person wearing mask.
Mask.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So you only heard it when you were editing it.
Yes.
After, oh my god.
Then I was like, hey guys, you must hear this thing. Yeah, remember the only one listening. Hearing this thing. Then they all freak out. Yeah. I was
And
like,
you guys didn't hear it then
No.
at that time, Mike.
And we were like talking something related to what she was asking also. Yeah.
So when you put these videos online, right? Do you have sometimes people criticizing that you're like make it up?
Yeah, of course.
Like you can hear the voice. So if to you know it's true, but how do you all like prove to them that it's real?
It's very hard lah because you can't always please everybody, There's always going to be people who's going to be a skeptic because we always get comments, hey, this one prop lah, hey, this one fake, wall paint and all that. We always get this kind of comment, but we just ignore lah because in the end of the day, whatever we are showing to you guys is what we experienced there. So
First hand.
So we don't feel the point of doing, faking it because we want to prove that the supernatural exists.
You've been doing this a while, since secondary school, right? All of you. If I were to ask each of you, what has been the most scariest experience that you have had? This can be together, or like what is the scariest that even spoke to you?
Mine was when I first saw the thing. This is the scariest thing that ever happened to me. It's related to the voice that we recorded that day. The one where I
The
did.
old lady.
So the context of this place is an abandoned orphanage in Singapore. So before we reached there, right, the vibes there was very heavy. Very, I don't know how to say, it's very sad. If you look the building from outside, it looks very dark, run down, and like I can really sense the vibe from outside, Haven't even stepped inside,
But you can feel the
Can feel
energy.
the energy is so strong until outside can feel. Then we went to this room, I think like a basement.
Storeroom,
Storeroom, yes, storeroom.
It's a
Storeroom in the
it's a
orphanage.
storeroom.
Yeah. When we entered the room, there was this small ball. I remember clearly. This ball with a bell inside. It rolls towards me. Like ding, 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 ding. Like horror movie like that.
Yeah.
Okay, at first I was like, maybe it's the door. Like when I push the door.
Wind or something.
Wind or something.
I don't think can be winds. Yeah. When I went there, it was still air. There was.
You see?
Yeah. It was very, very scary.
So I just assumed, okay, maybe it's just I hit the thing or no. Then after that, okay, we just sit down, we just talking, and suddenly we take out the K2 meter because we felt there was a very strong presence inside the room with us.
Sorry, what's a K2 meter?
So basically, a K2 meter is a device that can detect EMF. So basically, a lot of people suggest that ghosts or spirits, they give off this EMF reading. So this device detects that.
I
So
see.
if you see in our videos, like it's a black color device with colors on it. So there's like green, yellow, red. So when I took it out and I placed it on the table, right, usually if you use the K2 meter, right, the light will just jump up and down.
Okay.
It will go up and down.
What does that mean?
If let's say if there's
there's
presence there,
a
right, the thing will
presence
just jump up, but it won't stay.
Okay, so you keep moving like that.
It will move.
Okay.
But this one, it stays the red color and it stays all the way. Means like the presence is just literally there and it's not moving away,
Oh.
And never in my life, when we're doing this for like 10 years or what, like, I had never seen the K2 meter do that before.
It means
Okay.
it's really close.
Yeah,
Right?
That means
and it's not
very
even
near.
blinking. And we were like, what is going on? And then we take out this other device. Basically, this device is like an app where spirits can communicate using the words inside the app. So basically, the first thing it say, right, I asked something like, what's in the room with us? The thing says deep devil. Yeah. I was like, whoa, bro, this one.
Did you all get out of there or you continued?
We continue because we felt, okay, this one, the content confirm very good.
Okay, fantastic.
Then we were like, we chill first. Then when we were chilling that part, so you all have to imagine. So
Okay.
basically, I'm sitting here. So in front of me is another guy, and beside him is another guy.
Okay.
Then behind the guy in front of me is a door that leads to another room.
The storeroom lah. The storeroom.
The storeroom.
Yes.
Okay.
So that door wasn't closed, so you can see inside. So when I'm facing here, I can see the door. So when I was like looking down, chilling, using a camera, when I look up, I saw a figure. It looks like a grandmother, like old grandmother walking past the door, slowly like that.
Yeah, actually some backstory for the place actually. Why is it left abandoned is because the kids at night, they keep seeing this old grandmother disturbing them. So that was the purpose it was left.
Even the people who works there, right, they told us that the place is haunted by this grandmother. Then for me to see it real life, I was like, what?
My God.
When I saw it, I was so spooked out.
Right.
Yeah, I jumped off. In the video, I literally jump out of the chair. Then my friend was, hey, what happened? Then
I
I
mean,
said,
out of curiosity, how did she look like?
hunchback. She was wearing like a black robe with like long black hair covering her face. So she was just like walking across the door.
And did she like turn and look at you or
No.
anything? No, just going straight.
Going straight. And coincidentally, when I saw that, it was the same time when we recorded the voice.
The grandmother who said,
voice.
take off the mask.
Yeah.
So it could have been her.
Yes, could have been her.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. And for you?
For me,
Like
it was in the same
similar.
place.
Yeah.
It was the same place. So we went into the storeroom. So my friend was like, okay, this is a storeroom, blah blah, just talk. And I don't feel good lah, to be honest with my friend. Then I'm like, okay, shall we go now? Then as like we walked to leave the room, the chair was like moving. Oh, I'm like, hey guys, did you guys hear that? My friend straight away pushed me. I was like, hey, we gotta leave. Yeah.
So do you all get scared, like for example, like that it will emotionally, like affect you later on? Like you go into spaces like that, right? Like you see all of this, then you go back home. Like, do you feel that it takes like emotionally affects you?
Yes, for me personally, I try to shut it off. Like when I'm doing the content, like once I'm finishing the content, right, I will just shut off. So I don't think about what we did really. It's just a personal thing. I don't want to bring work stuff back home. If you keep thinking about this stuff, right,
then it will affect
I scared
you.
it might affect me mentally. But this did happen to our friend. One more. So we have a friend who's, we can say that he's more susceptible.
He's like the walking K2 meter lah.
Yeah. He's more susceptible to attract these kind of things.
I see.
To the point that he can go back home, then dream of this kind of stuff.
I see.
Yes, I don't know why, but he attracts them. Because to me, I believe these spirits, they know whether you are scared or not. Yeah.
So the more scared you are,
The more attracted they will be to you.
So in the case that if you don't bring K2 meter, we just bring him, and he knows.
Poor guy.
Yeah. If you ask him, the place okay, if you say okay means nothing.
There was once in Pulau Ubin, he was like, I don't feel good.
Pulau
guys.
Ubin is-
Yes, yeah.
So he was like, I don't feel good. And actually, we use one of the device that can actually see like this.
This device is called the SLS camera. So
Okay.
basically, when you use the device, right, you can see a outline of a human body. So it's like a stickman. So if you are standing in front of the camera, right, you will see a stickman, like a green color stickman. So when he said that he didn't feel good, I point that camera to him. Then we saw like two stickmen beside
On him.
oh my.
So him
Left
and
and
another person or something like that.
Yeah. To make it more scarier, we have a fan who can see stuff, on the camera. I took a picture of that thing, but without the stickman. I just say, can you see anything in this picture or not? Then you know what she say? She say to me, there's something like on top of your fan, like sitting
my
here.
God.
top-
On his shoulder.
On his shoulder. Okay, coincidentally, when she said that, I asked my friend after 1 week later, hey, how you feeling? He said that he has been suffering.
From neck pain.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So do you think it sort of like followed him back? Something like
Maybe
that?
he could have latched onto him.
Onto him.
But after we did, some spiritual stuff
Right, I
on top of
see.
him. Yeah.
Now, maybe if you could explain, right, how do you actually do an investigation? Like, what is the criteria, or how do you start to do an investigation?
First of all, we decide on a place first lah. If there's any rich history, because at the same time also we don't want to deliver like just investigation videos. We go down there, is there anybody here? Blah blah blah.
Then nothing happened.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
nothing happened. We try to find places that has rich history. Then we also can sit down and do our so-called like vodcast, video podcast. Then we also talk about the place and stuff like that to make it more interesting. So when we find those places, and after that we decided on what to do on site. So for example, Changi Boardwalk, we challenge ourselves. Because Changi Boardwalk, there's a grave down there.
Hidden grave, yeah.
There's a hidden grave down there. And there was a dark alley. So one of us take one of the places lah. Then we challenge ourselves to make it more interesting.
Okay.
And then we use our tools such as K2 meter, necrometer that able to translate whatever that these spirits are talking.
Okay, all right.
Light balls. We use light balls.
So basically, the light balls are motion sensor balls.
Okay.
So basically, they look like tiny cat balls. Like cat play the balls.
Oh,
right?
okay.
How it works, right, is if there's something there, can touch the ball and then the ball will light up. But I can tell you, that ball very hard to light up because you have to physically touch it, then it will light up.
I see. And then you catch all of this on camera.
Yeah.
So we place the balls around us, and then after that we just sit down and chill lah.
Oh,
For
and then
it
you
to-
wait for something to
Yeah,
happen.
correct.
Usually, how soon after do you get
Well, I
like?
cannot say how
Depend on the
soon
place.
actually.
If the place is very
Active
active, before you even step and do the investigation, right? Step in and do the investigation, you can really feel.
And then even before our recording also sometimes also like things already start to be serious
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to ask you guys, like, what is you feel, your personal opinion, the most haunted place here in Singapore?
Singapore.
Yes.
For me, Pulau Ubin.
Pulau Ubin. Why?
Pulau Ubin. Because that is the place that every single equipment that we use, every single thing activated. There was one place, it's basically a bridge. I forget what's...
Oh no,
no,
the
it
bridge,
wasn't Poker Hill. It was this bridge in Pulau... I forget what it's called. So when we were there, firstly, we felt a presence lah. So we just sat there, maybe chill a bit, and we put out the light sensor ball in front of us. And then after maybe 1 minute, that sensor ball light up. And I was like, okay, there's really something here with us. Then out there, I asked my friend, the one that I say he's susceptible or this kind of stuff, right? Do you feel anything here? No? He said, yeah. Then he told me that he felt something below the bridge, like below us.
And you guys are on the bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
When he said that, I heard like someone shouting and crying in the background, like in the lake
Oh,
area.
because you've got your...
So I hear like, hey, why got people crying in the lake? I can hear clear cut. Someone crying and shouting like, help, help, help. Okay, then I was like, okay. Then we take out this necrometer. So basically, it's like what Ramadan says, an app where you can translate to words lah. Basically, the ghost can use this app to talk. So the first thing that came out, right, when I used the app, right, it came out this name, Rachel.
Rachel.
Then I was like, so random. Why suddenly one Chinese name come out, right? This girl name come out, right? Then I just Google lah. You know what I found out or not?
Do I want to know? Okay.
About the place.
Yeah.
So basically, there was a tragic accident regarding this person named Rachel. She passed away in the lake while doing a CCA activity.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
And the name, I still remember, Rachel something. I was like, and her picture was like, wow.
Oh, they had a picture of her on
Yeah,
online.
everything. Like it's a newspaper. It come out in the news.
I
Back in the
see.
days, like 19, I don't know, I forget what year. And then I remember when we were there, we actually met a guard. So the guard also told us the story about this person also. And I was like, hey, everything's linking back. So he also said that there was cases that people drown there. And people who go there like usually to fish, right? This guy would tell these guys right to not fish alone, because there was another story where this guy who went there fishing alone, he passed away also, drowned in the lake. Yeah. And the weirdest part about that case is because his clothing and equipment all is laid nicely on the bridge.
I see. Oh my.
His bag, everything was placed nicely, and they found his body in the lake.
Oh my God. Yes, I can feel my hair standing. Now, has doing this, right, like, being a paranormal investigator, affected your thoughts on afterlife?
Of course.
Yeah, maybe you want to share first?
Of course. Because in our region, if you believe in God, you have to believe in this kind of thing, basically, right? So, like, for example, the case of Rachel, like, when it touches me, like, because, like, emotionally, because it's quite sad, like, how did we get the name? And then, like, this tragic accident happened to her. Then
Was
like,
she a very young girl?
Yeah, it was. She was, I
girl?
think, 16 years old.
Oh dear.
Yeah, 16 or 18 years old. I forget already. Yeah. Then I was like thinking, wow, a bit scary, like, in the same time, Yeah.
And for yourself?
I'm not sure whether these things are from like human beings or whether if it's like really supernatural kind of stuff, because we don't know.
If you want to touch on religion wise, like in Islam, we believe that when someone pass away, they don't come back. The soul
so they're
doesn't
gone
come back.
forever.
It could be someone taking the shape of the person.
So these
or
things,
what, we
right,
don't
that
know.
take the shape of this, like your loved one, for example, we call it jinns lah, basically. So there are jinns in Islam where they take the form of you.
Oh, is someone here?
Are you playing with the light? Okay.
So I share with you. So when you are born, there's this jinn also that is born together with you. But when you pass away, this thing will still live on. It will take a form of you. Yeah. So maybe like if people see their loved ones, it could be this jinn lah.
I see.
Yeah. Because like I say, when you pass away, your soul will be there. You won't come back.
Correct.
But being, because you're Muslims, like, how does your family feel about what you do? Like, every week or every day going and chasing.
Actually, not gonna lie, my parents doesn't know what I'm doing.
Then this is not good then.
Oh, Dad, I'm sorry. They don't know.
Oh, they don't know. Okay.
For myself, I guess everybody know already that I'm doing this. But I feel like they told me lah, if you want to do this kind of things, do it. But don't cross the line. There's this fine line that you don't cross.
And what is that line?
So number one, when you're doing this kind of thing, you have to be respectful.
Yeah.
And for us, what I feel like my family is okay with it is because we don't conjure the spirits. We don't call.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
We just go there and experience what's happening, and then we go.
Okay. So that means if the spirits or the presence is there, then you're there to document it.
Yeah, correct. We also try to watch whatever that we're trying to say lah. We try not to, make the spirits angry.
Oh yeah, there was once another story that happened in Pulau Ubin. So basically, when we went there was this driver who told us like, "Hey, where you guys going?" Then we say we want to go to Puaka Hill. It's basically a hill in Pulau Ubin. And then his vibe changed, He suddenly say like, "Oh, why you want to go there?" Then we say like, "Oh, we're just doing recording lah." Then suddenly he told us, "If you going there, like, don't go at night. Don't make so much noise." We will be like, okay.
Suspicious.
A bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then when we were there, we did make some noise lah because we were like talking, Then suddenly the app say noisy. The necrometer say noisy. So basically the spirit told us that we are too noisy. Then suddenly it say, "My house lift, you're noisy," something like that.
And did y'all leave?
Yeah. That's why we left. So because of the locals that told us there, right, to leave, like don't be noisy, then that's why we respect him, respect what he said. We just left.
Right. Now, have you ever, you felt like, earlier you said your friend, had the pain, and so he clearly sort of brought something back. For you guys, have you experienced that?
Apart from that feeling on my neck, nothing followed me back home.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And
For myself, none yet lah.
But I can say this, I had dreams lah, basically.
Okay.
Yes.
What
but I
sort
think
of
that's the
dreams?
worst thing that happened to me. I dreamt of the place where we went, and I was like kind of trapped there. And when I was there, right, in the dream, right, there was this thing lah, in Malay is pocong lah. I can see so many pocong like trying to chase me.
What is
in
a
the dream.
pocong? Sorry.
So basically,
For
pocong is in Malaysian folklore or Indonesian folklore. It's basically it's a ghost wrapped in white cloth.
Just as the same as any Muslim would.
when they pass away.
Yeah, they look exactly like that.
Yeah,
I see.
correct.
Yeah, with the white cloth, and then their head is tied up like that.
Right.
And they can only jump lah.
Correct, correct.
Because they are fully
Bound.
wrapped.
Yeah.
Bound, yeah.
So if any of you guys, you guys can go to YouTube and stuff like that. Actually, that was the start of my journey when I go to On Red Road. So there's this group of guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when they actually document themselves,
Even
a
like
pocong was literally jumping behind them.
They
It was
caught
on
it.
YouTube. You guys can watch.
Okay.
I was like, so that's why I'm like, okay, you gotta go
you
here.
have to go there.
Yeah, I'm so intrigued. Yeah.
So is there a Muslim cemetery nearby or
No, it's just Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Interesting. But then you saw
A pocong.
Yeah.
pocong who's probably a Muslim lah.
I also don't know lah.
Okay, for what we believe, right, in Islam, like I say that these spirits are called jinns lah. To my knowledge, is like these jinns will take the form of whatever the scariest thing to us.
Yeah.
So for example, like you won't see a pocong in your USA or UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something that you can relate to and understand.
So for these jinns, they take it in the form of pocong, puntianak, because that is what we fear the most. Maybe in the USA, they take in the form of their loved ones.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. So when you all go into, these investigations, right, do you all have like a special ritual or precaution that you all take, before you all start?
We don't have any ritual lah.
Personally, I have lah. For myself, when we go back home, we do some stuff that just say to prevent things from falling us back home. But on site, I guess like we just be respectful lah.
But usually after we go to investigation, after all we visit the place, we usually chill at one place, drink
This is
some
our
tea.
routine lah. So we usually don't go back home straight.
We don't.
So after every shoot, we will go to like a coffee shop, chill, talk about everything, then we go back. We don't go back home straight.
Does it worry you that it may affect your family?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
It's just a precaution lah.
I think there was once I experienced this with some of my friends lah. So we went to a Hindu cemetery. Okay, so after we went back. We straight away went back because one of my friends is like, I need to go to work, blah, something like that. I said, okay, we gotta send you. So we straight away send this person home. So as this person was about to enter the house, the father opened the door. The father was like, who you bring back home? Something like that.
That means the father could see.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
dear.
The
Oh my
father said he
God.
saw so many things following him.
Yeah.
see.
So that's when the SOP come out.
Okay. So
Don't go back home straight.
it's okay. Can leave it at the coffee shop.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Interesting. Now, how do you all actually decide? Okay, I want to go to this place. Like, how do you find these haunted places? You must do a lot of research.
Yeah,
Research
correct.
and also people commenting us to go here and there.
Yeah, people recommendations, people commenting, and they're very supportive.
Yeah.
Right. Like, what
Yeah.
criteria? Okay, like, so I can recommend a place, but what criteria must that place have for you?
Like what Ramadan said is if it has a good history to it.
You say good history, what do you mean by that?
For example, we tell stories about the Changi thing. So I myself doesn't know this, but I did a lot of research. Then after there's this thing called 𝙒𝙤𝙬𝙧𝙚 massacre or something like that. I didn't know that, you know. So those are the things that we look out for.
Like suicides,
Murder.
Yeah. So that actually like explain the whole thing. Why is this place be haunted?
Things like that.
Yeah, things like that.
Now, have you investigated like any well-known haunted place here in Singapore?
Yeah,
Too many.
Too many. Or any urban legends that y'all particularly like?
I like the one where in Pulau Ubin, the one about that lake specifically where a lot of people drown. There's this urban legend that says that the reason why people are drowning there is because they hear this musical instrument. It's called a gamelan. It's a traditional Indonesian musical instrument.
Yeah. Correct.
So basically, before they step into the lake, they will hear this musical instrument calling them to enter the lake. So coincidentally, that day also, our friend heard the sting.
He heard the instrument.
Yeah. So basically, what the card told us, that sound it will make you become in a trance. So you will just like
And then just follow it into the lake.
Yeah, and pass away.
Now, what is a place that you all have not explored, but you really want to go and check it out?
I want to go to catacombs, you know?
Oh, Paris Catacombs.
Yeah, Paris Catacombs, I think quite interesting place. It's a city underneath Paris itself.
Okay.
Correct. So I've seen a lot of like YouTube, you know, all those people investigate there. And the thing is that it's like a maze and it's not 100% fully discovered yet. Some people go down there and they can
It's
never
like a
return back.
city.
Yeah,
It's a city filled with
corpse. Yeah, skulls and all. You can see all of those things like stacked.
I see.
Yeah, it's like an underworld kind of stuff lah.
And how about yourself?
I want to go to this place called the Island of the Dolls. So this place is located in Mexico.
Okay.
So the story about this place. So there's this guy named Don Julio. He went to this island, and then he found a body of this kid that drowned there. So after when he found that body, right, he started to get hauntings by this girl, get nightmares, you know. He can't sleep well. So he decided to bring a doll to appease the spirit. So when he brought that one doll, like suddenly everything became better. And then he started to bring more and more dolls. And now the whole island is covered with dolls. But something happened to that guy. So tragically, that guy, Don Julio, he passed away at the same place where he found the kid.
Oh.
Yeah. So that place become known for this tragic story, and also because of the dolls. If you Google, right, you can see so many dolls like hanging on the tree, on the
It's
floor.
like an island.
Small
is
island,
it?
small island, yeah. A lot of paranormal investigators went there.
So that's a place that you
One of my go-to place.
go to. And now, if I were to ask you, what's one piece of advice that you would give people who want to, you know, do what you're doing as paranormal investigators?
First of all, if you are not brave, I think it's
We don't
best
recommend.
to go with a friend.
Yeah.
If you're really curious. And secondly, just respect the place. Don't say things that might get the spirit angry, or it may follow you back, you know. If you're also like not expert in all these like calling of these spirits and stuff like that, I think just don't play with fire lah. Yeah, just
So
be
don't
respectful,
call.
and I think it's all good.
If they're there, they're there.
Yeah, correct.
Because, you know, they used to, you know, like, am I pronouncing right? The Ouija boards?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
That
considered.
is the form of calling it. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you can do it if you want to, but just know the line lah. Yeah. If there's things that people say don't do this because of this, then try to follow lah. But yeah, number one is to be brave. if you want to do this kind of thing, you're not brave, then forget it lah.
True
Don't-
lah. So I clearly cannot. All right. Thank you so much, guys. And it was
Thank
really
you
great
so
to have
much
you
for inviting
here.
us, Durga,
Thank
and
you.
also the OpenHaus team.
All right. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning into this episode. If you like this episode, please share it and leave suggestions to other guests. And always remember, for every question that you have, there are guests to answer it. Thank you. And of course, follow us on our socials as well for more updates. And see you next time.